As global oil markets tremble violently, did Donald Trump completely underestimate Iran's devastating firepower? Is the panicked White House deeply worried over Iran's relentless attacks in the Hormuz Strait? A shocking report reveals a desperate White House frantically scrambling to save oil markets as prices reach sky-high. Can the U.S. economy really afford Donald Trump and Netanyahu's escalating Iran war in the Middle East? Iran's new Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei vows a devastating Hormuz chokehold to ruthlessly avenge killings. A highly defiant Donald Trump stubbornly refuses to budge, saying, "When oil prices go up." As global petroleum markets quickly take an incredibly volatile turn, Donald Trump is currently facing the intense political heat of this escalating Iran war. The president may have significantly undermined Iran's anticipated retaliation to recent military strikes executed by the U.S. and Israel, claimed NYT. Trump reportedly seriously underestimated Iran's fierce military response and the resulting severe impact on financial markets. The Trump administration allegedly genuinely believed global oil prices would jump up and quickly dip right during the immediate war aftermath. With an aggressive Iran officially choking the vital Strait of Hormuz, the Trump team is reportedly actively scrambling for solutions. Several frustrated U.S. lawmakers have reportedly accused Donald Trump of having absolutely no coherent strategic plan to successfully reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Multiple senior officials operating within Trump's inner circle are growing increasingly alarmed by this complete lack of a clear strategy, New York Times. Meanwhile, Iran has been aggressively continuing brutal military attacks firmly focused on commercial ships and massive oil tankers traversing the wider Gulf region. Currently, at least 16 separate tankers and commercial vessels have reportedly come under direct hostile attack since the regional war began. In his very first official public statement ever since formally taking over as Iran's supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei sent a highly menacing international warning. Newly installed Mojtaba Khamenei officially vowed to definitively keep the Strait of Hormuz entirely shut to ruthlessly avenge those tragically killed in war. Iran's new supreme leader said, I quote, "Certainly, the leverage of blocking the Strait of Hormuz must continue to be used, and opening other fronts where the enemy is highly vulnerable, if the war continues, will be considered while observing strategic interests. As we had given an explicit warning, and without carrying out any aggression against those regional countries, we remain committed to the necessity of friendship between ourselves and those neighbors, and have merely targeted those U.S. bases. From now on, we will also be compelled to continue this action. We will not refrain from avenging the blood of your martyrs, especially the crimes against children, such as the deliberate crime at the Minab school." International oil prices have already surged to well over $100 per barrel, rapidly raising severe energy crisis fears across the entire global economy. But Donald Trump, in his controversial March 12 remarks, boldly claimed that global oil prices spiking actually leads to much more money for the U.S. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "The United States is the largest oil producer in the world, by far, so when oil prices go up, we make a lot of money. But of far greater interest and importance to me, as president, is stopping an evil empire, Iran, from having nuclear weapons and destroying the Middle East and indeed the world. I won't ever let that happen. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu's expanding war has unfortunately left international oil markets in complete turmoil, but is also rapidly burning massive cash reserves for America. The Pentagon shockingly revealed that the U.S. has already completely used up roughly $5.6 billion worth of advanced munitions in just 2 initial days of war. In exactly 1 single week of war, the U.S. reportedly aggressively spent well over $11.3 billion strictly in deploying heavy weapons and resources. A comprehensive New York Times investigative report exclusively revealed these highly shocking financial figures after a confidential closed-door U.S. government briefing. A prominent D.C.-based strategic think tank carefully estimated the first 100 combat hours of Operation Epic Fury actually cost an astronomical $37.7 billion, NYT. Ultimately, this staggering statistic means America is currently spending well over $891 million per single day for waging war, according to the CSIS. Several anxious U.S. lawmakers reportedly are increasingly concerned at this incredibly rapid use of national resources in the Middle East.